to go. That's fucking crazy. My friend called me and told me what was going on.
Alright guys, so here we are at the Olivia. I don't know if you can see from this video, but it looks like the fire's probably into the 3rd or 4th floor. The whole north side of the building looks like it's pretty much entirely engulfed in flames. I don't want to get too close and get in the way or anything, but it looks like the whole north wing of the building is just toast. You can see the flames probably 20-30 feet off the top of the building. It looks like they probably just did a big dump. We are at the Olivia on 4th Street in Joplin, and the building is on fire. I'm gonna stay up here in this lot across the street. Let's see if I can get a little better angle at what's going on there. Looks like here, right up here you can't really see, but there's fire definitely in this south end. It looks like it might be completely burned through, actually. Definitely the top floor. No, you can kind of see some of these lower floors. The windows are all busted out. They've definitely burned too. It looks like the fire's probably entirely engulfed the entire building. They've got a big looks like ladder 5 truck up here, shooting water up on top of the building. I don't know if you can see, let's see if I can zoom in, but up there on the top you can see where the rafters are still on fire here on the south end. Big plume of white smoke coming off it right now. They must have hit something. You can still see that open flame there. Let me get to where maybe we can see a little more on the north side, because it was fully on fire. Big flame shooting out the roof just a minute ago. I need a new phone, but you can see, there you go, you can see some of the fire just blowing off the top side of the north end of that building. I think I'm gonna quick walk around the block and see this building from a different angle if I can get over there. Try to be quick getting around the block. Holy cow. Look at that. That is the north end of the Olivia apartments. You can just see big flames now shooting off the roof of that building. There's really no way that this structure can survive what's happening to it right now. Okay, so they got another ladder that I couldn't see before. Whew, look at that.
Oh, they just doused it.
Boy, that's something. Oh man, look at that. Alright guys, I'm gonna see if I can get around to the church parking lot. That way we can see kind of what's going on that end. You can see real quick there that the south end is still engulfed. Ooh, that's all right. Gonna keep moving around. We're gonna get on the far other side. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of law enforcement, a lot of fire department vehicles. Whew. We've got to stop and look at that. That is a giant fireball coming off the top of the Olivia. So for those of you that don't know, the Olivia is an apartment complex that is a historic Joplin apartment building. It's been vacant for a number of years. Vandals have taken all of the electrical and all of the copper and a lot of the structural things out of the building, and it looks like they've now set it completely on fire. Okay, we're gonna move around here to the front just a little more. I don't think it's gonna make it, guys. Oh man.
I so want to save her. God. We're so close.
so close to saving this beautiful building. You can see that red square. That's one of the 5th floor apartments, just entirely engulfed in fire. It's not gonna make it through this.
I just found some architectural evidence of what the inside looked like. I just found some.
Ooh, that was not good. Just heard the sound of a bunch of glass break somewhere in the building. Very thankful right now for all of the Joplin Police Department, Fire Department that are out here working. I mean, this scene is definitely dangerous. So I'm gonna keep back here. We're gonna stay focused on this side of the building. This is where things are really happening right now.
Awful.
They're dousing the building from the top with large water cannons on ladders. It's quite a sight to see. It's really not even denting that active blaze that's happening on the 5th floor right now, though. I mean, that building is so old, and it's all wood, almost all wood. It's had so many coats of lacquer. They're just shooting that water cannon into that 5th floor apartment right now. Really tough working conditions for our firefighters that are up there too, because of the direction that the wind is blowing. It's blowing all of that smoke back into their faces. So I'm sure they've got protective gear on. They're professionals. They know exactly what kind of challenges they're facing. But this is a big one. This is a big one for Joplin Fire Department. This is a big building to go up. See, we might be able to get a better angle from right back here, kind of see what's happening. There is a fireman in the alley just kind of keeping an eye on things, shining light up on the building. It looks like that open fire has probably consumed 2 apartments at this point. I don't know if that's where the fire started or if it burned over there, because you could see active flame on the other side of the building also. It is not occupied. It has been empty for quite some time. So there were not tenants in the building, which is good. This is something that there were plans in the works to restore this building, and it's not going to survive what's happening to it right now. This is, unfortunately, the loss of a Joplin landmark. It is going to be a while before this is under control. They're working hard, and they've got a lot of support out here, but it's going to be a little while before they get this. They're right up on that window, just blasting straight into the building with the hose on a ladder. The area that they're really focusing on, based on the layout of the building, that would have been the kitchen of the northeast corner of the building's apartment. Those fifth floor, oh man, I can see right now over here, the one on the back, the fire just made it into that apartment, and you can see the fire starting to roll into that one. I have a feeling it's not going to be very long before we see that that section engulfed as well. And this is heartbreaking.
Okay, I'm going home.
I'll be covering it live on Facebook for a while, so. You can see the roof there on this end of the building is going up. This whole side's about to just burst into flames. The home behind that doesn't seem to be in any danger at the moment. I would say that the home next door to it, the Star home, may be in some danger because it is reasonably close, and it's also the direction that the wind is blowing. It is an unoccupied home as well, so there's not anyone to evacuate from that house, but I'm sure that that's something that they're keeping a close eye on. Oh, see, look, this apartment right here is all lit up now. You can see it's totally engulfed in flames. Early in my life, I spent a lot of time in the apartment number 36, which was 2 2 floors below the one that has just been engulfed in flames. Devastating. You can see it just whoosh. They're doing their best to hose it down, but it's just spreading through that floor. It's almost entirely wood. I'm sure there's nothing left up there. Oh. Olivia's really struggling right now. Those flames shooting off the roof are probably the highest we've seen since I started broadcasting. Oh, you can see the fire just shooting out the windows of apartment 56 there now. So now the whole north side of the building it is entirely engulfed in flames, at least on the 5th floor. It doesn't look like it's made it really down to the 4th floor, other than maybe some smoke damage and things like that. I mean, it has to have, but it looks like it's mostly contained to the 5th floor. Although now basically all of the windows in the 5th floor are lit up. They're pulling the ladder back a little bit because the fire's picked up. Oh, and it's really just bellowing off that corner. Inside that bucket on top of that ladder, that's got to be one of the worst places to be. Visibility has got to be basically nothing. You know, I don't know, other than just try to see a little bit of light through the through the smoke, how to even know where to aim at. Oh, there's 56 flaming up really good again. I'm gonna just peek around the front here real quick, give you guys a glimpse of what's going on out here. We're gonna stay back. Lots of Joplin police and fire, but just a quick glimpse of what's happening here. So they got 2 ladder trucks shooting the building from either side. They've got other vehicles all around. Plenty of people ready and waiting. We got 2 Joplin firefighters up on these ladders in the smoke right now. Okay, we're gonna go back. There's a little better view of the building from right here. You can just see the the embers of what used to be the top of that building just glowing through. A couple more big flames shooting off the roof there.
Friends on Facebook. You're Josh.
I am.
Yeah. Regina.
Hi.
Yeah, I live right here.
Right here?
Yes.
Oh man.
And I was at my boyfriend's house. We were staying the night, and then I got the police rang my doorbell, and so I got the ring notification, and I was like, I'm gonna be right home because I got 3 cats and 2 rats inside. And I was like,
Oh man.
so I'm trying to decide if I should go and probably go get my papers and stuff just to be on the safe side. But,
You know, it can't be too safe.
yeah.
Hopefully they will be able to get it under control, but it looks like, man, that 5th floor is in rough shape.
Yeah, well, and it sucks because this building's been sitting here empty forever, and the guys who own it won't do anything about it. It's just been sitting there rotting. And this
So
is what
sad.
happens when empty buildings sit.
This is what happens when buildings sit empty, guys.
And same thing with the duplex. It's also empty, and so that's always been a concern.
The Olivia and the Star House next door are tied to the same deed. So they're both owned by Tillman Investments, or could have potentially recently changed hands because we had something from Bywater Development come across City Council recently. So I don't know if Bywater actually purchased the building from Tillman Investment, or whether that was an in-the-works deal. Oh, you can see the roof collapsing into the 5th floor right now. That's fully burning beams dropping onto the floor. Oh man. Oh, and now stuff's falling off the outside of the building. Oh, and you can see in the kitchen for 56, which is the inside smaller set of windows. Oh my god.
I'm gonna go in and start getting my papers together.
Can't be too safe. And they got the ladder with the bucket. Oh man, that back bedroom totally engulfed in flames now. It's really just a matter of time before something burns through and catches that 4th floor on fire. So I think it's safe to say that pretty much that entire roof and 5th floor is gone now, and that the fire is burning on the floor of the 5th floor mostly. We're gonna take a quick peek around the corner here just to make sure there's not something happening on the south side of the building that we're missing. Oh, so that's the north side of the Olivia. They're doing their best to battle the flames that are happening here on the back side of the building. That front side has picked back up again. It's rough because you can see all of the little details in, the windows had leaded glass and wooden slats on the balconies for the doors leading out to the balconies, and you can see all of those things burning, all the little details going away. We got a gentleman here from the fire department, so I'm just moving back a little bit. So what I'm seeing here is that the 4th floor is getting really dark, and that often means that it is soon to be red. So this is the Olivia apartments at 4th and Moffett. This is a 5-story building. It is an empty building. There weren't tenants living here when the fire started, so that is a bonus, at least. It was built in 1906 by Arthur Bendelari, who was a vice president for Eagle Pitcher Mining Company. And investing in this building was his investment in Joplin's future. He believed that Joplin would survive, and he spent $150,000 to build this. The lobby of the building was, the lobby was inspired by Pompeii, which had been recently discovered before this building was designed, and it had every nicety that a building could possibly have. It was even wired for electric before there was electric service in Joplin, so that whenever the electric service was available, they could just hook it up. The cafeteria, which was on the 5th floor, but on the south side of the 5th floor, was really cool because it was a big open space, and each table had its own electrical outlet. So as you were dining, you could enjoy some light from an electric lamp when that was an absolute novelty. So you didn't have to be a tenant of the building to eat at the restaurant. Oh man, you can see big piece of the roof just collapsed into that back 5th floor apartment. It does look like the front of the building is a little bit is pretty much contained though, so that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. I don't know, we'll see what happens, because this is rough right here. They are working on putting it out. There are lots of fire department here, but there's only 2 ladder trucks that are tall enough to get up to the top of the 5th floor. They are shooting the fire from multiple directions, but it's They're just shooting that water cannon straight into the heart of that fire. But it is just burning. I'm told that you can see the smoke from this fire from pretty much anywhere in town. So if you're in Joplin, just look towards downtown. You'll see where this is at. It does look like maybe it's down to just this back corner apartment, though. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of fire, a lot of smoke. I am on 3rd Street looking south. I am between Sargent and Moffett in the alleyway looking south towards the Olivia apartments. So it looks like most of the fire is contained to this corner of the building that we're looking at right now. I'm sure there are areas that still have some activity, but this seems to be the majority of that activity. So it looks like they've mostly got it contained down to this corner, but this corner is still blazing up so good that you could really, it could pop up anywhere else anytime. But that's a good sign.
Yeah. What was they saying?
I don't know.
Can't tell what they said.
there are a good number of area residents that have gathered down here to see what's happening. The people here in this neighborhood absolutely love this building. It's truly a historic Joplin landmark. And this is really just one of the most tragic things that could ever happen. It was so close. Yeah, I really had high hopes for Bywater Development. That's the company that was trying to make some actions on it. I felt like they had the experience and the funds to really do something, and it's going to be basically impossible to recover from something like this. Is everything pretty much just this corner?
No, it's the entire horseshoe.
It's the entire horseshoe.
Yeah.
The entire horseshoe. Both sides down both ends.
Oh, no. Because I live in that place right there, so I was just keeping an eye on things. So.
Mostly just 5th floor, and then the other floor is smoke damage.
Well, right now, we're flowing close to 2,000 gallons a minute in there.
2,000 gallons a minute into that building.
What's not burned is going to be really bad off.
Yeah. There's no saving it. It's
disappointing because we have some of the neatest old buildings around here.
We really do, and this one was so close to having the funds that it needed to be restored. It was right there.
Yeah. I remember in high school when I knew people that lived in the building, and
many adventures with this building. I filmed a zombie movie in here about 10 years ago.
Well, they did paranormal investigations in the other side of it.
I conducted many paranormal investigations and tours. I give historic tours through the neighborhood, and I guess I'll be telling people about the Olivia that used to be there.
She'll stand, should.
Yeah.
You think? You think she'll stay standing?
Last time I was in there, the floors are masonry, so we really, honestly, should probably be able to burn out the 5th floor without much of a floor.
That would be good, I think.
So.
I know that it does have some steel structure inside the building. It's not all wood and brick.
Yeah. The problem is we'll be here for another day chasing hot spots. Because it'll get in that mortar and it'll seep back into that wood that's back there. Yep.
Well, yeah, I actually went to my home and I got a ring from, ring notification from the city, so I decided to come home.
Yeah. The doorbells are great and annoying also.
Yeah, well, because I was like, most of my front door, and then I was like, whoa, why is there a copper making? I mean, I just hate it because there's so many of these new buildings that just empty, and then this kind of stuff happens.
Ladder 5, firefighter, go ahead.
Just based on the activity, I'm assuming it was too many cars, just based on how many people.
They fight keep these buildings sealed up.
We call it a bunch just because this got right over last during the stay-at-home order. So many people going to the buildings right there, and then in the Olivia,
Moving these firefighters off the 6.5, go ahead towards that wall right there on the Bravo side.
Good.
I'm gonna have to, it's gonna take me, I'm by myself, I got more help coming.
Okay.
I gotta go, absolutely, I'm more happy up to that. I gotta open one of these orders, I'm gonna open that up, it's gonna feel massive area right here. Then I'm gonna come back and set up over there, and actually open the line up, and I'll get it to that point, that's gonna be good.
Are you setting electricity up? Okay. This is
be up.
Right here, so I was just curious. So
Yeah, you're gonna lose electricity.
Okay.
From that light right there that you can see, the first thing you can see is gonna lose electricity.
All right, so they're about to shut the electricity off here in the area.
I'm gonna go find answers. I'm not late.
Well, we're right here, you know.
That's true. That's true. We kind of
Yes, sir.
It's gonna take. It's gonna take me a minute.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I'll come by and see when I'm done.
Okay, thank you.
So sad to see the Olivia in this condition. And to walk down here and see what's happening at the other end of the street. Make sure there's not something we're missing. So right now I'm on 3rd and Moffett, looking south. You can see the 2 trucks that Joplin Fire Department's got here with ladders and buckets, and they see if I can get to a little better angle here. You can see a Joplin firefighter up there in the bucket, directing the stream from that fire hose. They told us it was about 2,000 gallons per minute, so there's a lot of water getting pumped in that building. They did say that they believe that it's all been contained to the 5th floor. So, you know, as bad as it looks and as bad as it seems, I'm praying that maybe there's still some hope for this beauty yet. Guess we'll see. It needed a new roof anyways. We're going to move back to the alley. That really seems to be the best vantage spot. You can hear just this awful cracking sound. There goes a whole nother set of front windows. He said they'll probably be here for a little bit over a day trying to put out parts of this fire. Too bad they can't get just a little bit closer to that window. Okay, so we're gonna just walk around to the other side of the building. Looks like there's maybe some activity happening down there. Oh wow. Yeah, there is. It looks like the whole south tower, that used to be the kitchen area. That whole kitchen area, the whole hi, man. What a thing to see. We're gonna move down onto 4th Street. You can kind of see through there. That is the south end of the Olivia, which was the restaurant and the kitchen. Stay behind the police and work trucks here, but make our way to the other side of the road. Okay, so this is the south side of the Olivia, and it is going up good right now. You can just see that whole 5th floor is just entirely engulfed in flames. So far we haven't seen any fire in the 4th floor though, so that's a good sign. One of the Joplin firefighters said that he thought there was a concrete barrier between each floor, and that should help limit the fire to the 5th floor. Don't know whether that will be successful. And so you can't really see, but up on top of the building there is a little building that's the elevator controls, and it looks like it is entirely engulfed in flames. If part of that were to if something were to happen to that could let fire into the lower areas of the building for sure. So I think there's just reflections of the emergency lights that are happening here. Oh, you can see the opposite one just shot across. Oh, we got major media here now. The real guys. That elevator control building on top is just entirely engulfed in flames. You know, big heavy fire coming off of this part of the building right here now. They do not have electric on in the building, but the electric company is shutting off power to this grid right now. So, whole bunch of glass fallen from the top of this building. They're just blasting those windows with the water cannon. I feel like this, right now we're looking at the southwest corner of the building. This is part of the horseshoe shape of the building. We're looking at it from the back, from Sargent Avenue right now. So, see those big flames just shooting off of that building. Now this building has had a fire in it before. It was also on the 5th floor when that fire happened. That fire was entirely contained to the kitchen, which was this back corner back here. So where you're seeing the fire now, that part has actually burned before. The rest of it, not so much. So, the things that we do have going for it is that it is a brick building with a steel inner structure. It does have concrete fire barriers between the floors. They were required to install that at the time, and so that seems to be what is keeping the fire from moving down to the 4th floor. You can actually see, well, you probably can't because I need a better phone, but on the 4th floor you can see clear through the windows, and that area isn't filled with smoke. So that's a really good sign for the lower levels of the building. Ooh, big fireball. There was an explosion back in the day, in 1908. Just 6 months after the building opened, there was an explosion in the basement. The boiler exploded, and it actually killed the building's night watchman. So this building's been through so much. It's rough to see, and it's hard to imagine something surviving going through this, but maybe. We got another Joplin fire truck moving up close to the building here. I'm not sure what they're doing, what their plan is. A lot of broken glass there. This whole area back here is just burning out, and that elevator control room on the top is toast. It looks like they're trying to hit that with the hose right now, maybe from 2 sides. And this is a particularly difficult fire. We don't have a lot of large buildings like this that burn in Joplin, so I'm glad that they are a professional fire department that knows what they're doing. They're well equipped. We're really lucky to have them here. each one of these ladders is doing about 1,000 gallons of water per minute into this building. They've got 2 of them there. You guys are probably getting blinded by this fire truck here. We'll move out of the way a little bit. Looks like part of the ceiling joists, what was left of them on the 5th floor, may have just collapsed into part of this back area here, what used to be the kitchen. There is a service elevator that connects all of the connects the 5th floor and the 1st floor here. So hopefully that doesn't become an issue, but there is an elevator in the area that's heavily on fire right now. Joplin Fire Department getting out another water hose. So it looks like the open flame is mostly just down here in this corner here. Looks like they've gotten most of it out on the north side. I can still see a little bit of stuff burning, so we're not out of the woods yet, but looks like most of the open flame is contained to just this area now. Alright, I'm going to move back to the north side of the building real quick and just see if I can, just verify that most everything is happening here on the south side right now. You can see through the corner there's still some open flame for sure. This is the north side of that horseshoe. You can see there is still a little bit of open flame in a few areas. It looks like it's pretty much burned through the roof, but all contained to the 5th floor. So that's good. You can see big fire there. Big open flames on the elevator control building that's on top of the roof there. I don't see any people in the window, but I mean, this is one of Joplin's most haunted landmarks, and if there was a time to see something, now would be it for sure. And you can see that the stream from this ladder is going through the roof and coming out this window here on the back side. So they're definitely, it looks like it's all open there on the top. Hopefully that concrete barrier between the 4th and 5th floor will in fact keep the fire contained, and that something else doesn't help spread it through the building. Let's move back to the south side of the building here. Okay, so they've got a ground truck here with a water cannon shooting it into these 5th floor windows here, trying to get this south side under control. It's what's really blazing up right now. Let's move out of these guys' way. So this corner here, they're attacking this corner from 3 different sides right now. They're coming at it from the ground here on truck number 4, and then they've got truck 5 and I believe truck 1 that are both up in the air, blasting away at this blaze. See if I can see around this tree. That big area that you're seeing that's on fire right now is the elevator control area for the service elevators that took care of the 5th floor. So that seems to be the major area of activity right now, and they're blasting it from a couple of different angles. Joplin Fire Department doing a great job of keeping this contained. It could easily move to the Star House, which is to the north. There's not very much space, and the direction of the wind is blowing that way. They have shut off the power, or in the process of shutting off the power, at least to this block, maybe a few blocks around it. So if you live really near the building, it's a good idea to be prepared for that. Where this corner is really going good right now. I can see through the window one of the major roof beams has collapsed into that 5th floor room. And is really just burning good. It looks like that beam is one of the major sources of the fire right now. One thing that's really different between a fire in a building like this and a house fire is that there's basically no plastic inside the Olivia, and so the smell of the fire is so much different than what you would find from a lot of house fires. That's one of the first things that I notice being here, is that it doesn't have that burnt plastic smell. Move across the street, see if I can get to an area that has a good view without the fire truck light shining right in the camera. around to the north side of the building. Take a look and see what things look like from there right now. It looks like they may have the big portion of the blaze under control.
Yeah, it's not right across the window tonight. Yeah, let's go.
I just looked down and I saw that.
Exactly.
It looks better than it did a couple months ago.
Okay, so from here you can see that elevator control. See if I can zoom in a little here. Okay, so that is a building that controls the elevator, the service elevator. And that seems to be pretty much the only open flame left on the building. That's also the area where the giant beam fell and is burning. So they're going at that from a couple of different angles. Going to continue around to the other side of the building. Fire's still going in all of this back half of the building. Not big and roaring like it was a little while ago, but still burning. Alright, we're gonna move quick. There are a few videos of the inside, and luckily the fire is contained to the 5th floor. So we shouldn't really see any damage to the major architectural features of the lower floors other than maybe some smoke damage. The 5th floor did have some neatly crafted shaped ceilings, but they could probably be reconstructed. They might have been changed out during the renovation process anyways. It looks like something popped up back in the front side of the building too. I can see a little fire happening up there. coming down here onto Moffett. Thought I was staying behind the tape, but there's another level of tape, so I might not stay here very long. About a block away, just north of the Olivia, you can see one of the Joplin firefighters up in the bucket, just blasting water on the roof of that building. It looks like this front section, basically just below the firefighter, has flamed up a little bit, so hopefully he moves back soon. To say that it is sad to see the Olivia in this condition is definitely the understatement of 2020. I do still have some hope for the building, though. At least a little bit of hope for the building. It does look like I'm trying to stay back behind all these emergency vehicles. It does look like some of the balconies on the front of the building may have burned off. Maybe all of the balconies, it's hard to say. No, not all of them. There's still a few. There are still a few balconies on the front, and there's still a few balconies on the north side of the building. So maybe that could still be salvaged somehow. There is a concrete barrier between the 4th and 5th floor, and that's what's keeping the fire contained to the upper level. I think that has a 12-hour burn time on it, but I don't know that for sure. Maybe we can find someone that does know. Maybe we can find someone that knows more about this building than I do. Certainly sad to see it in this condition, though. It looks like we got some more flames in this front apartment number 54. That was the presidential suite apartment, where it was the only apartment that was really ever rented out as a hotel type space, more like a Airbnb in an apartment building. So they were really ahead of their time. Almost 2,000 gallons per minute coming out of these hoses and onto the to the top floor of the building. It almost feels like, man, how can there still be something left to burn up there? There is definitely a 4-hour rating at most. Okay, thank you. So hopefully, hopefully they've got this almost under control. Hopefully enough that we're not looking at that 4-hour window. Alright guys, we're gonna move down to the south side of the building, back around to the other side. Gotta give a big shout out to Joplin Fire Department. When I heard this building was on fire, to say that I am devastated is an understatement. I have a long-standing personal connection with this building, and the idea of losing it is terrifying. This is the Olivia, unfortunately. This is the Olivia. The fire is contained to the 5th floor, but we're thinking that it has probably a 4-hour burn rating at most. So hopefully they're able to get this entirely contained. They've put so much water into this building that the water damage is going to be as bad or worse than the fire damage. But the bricks are good. The steel inner structure hopefully is in good shape. So maybe there's some hope for this beauty still. We'll see. Alright, I'm going to keep moving around to the south side of the building. Looks like they just about have this Just a little while ago we were watching this whole area just fully engulfed in flames. There's a lot of thick gray smoke coming out of this front corner of the building where they've got the fire hoses at now. I think we're kind of in the home stretch of this. We're gonna keep moving on to the south. Gonna see what's happening on this side of the building. Okay, so it looks like they pretty much got it under control on this side too. They've got 2 different water cannons for this end of the building. Okay, there's one corner we haven't really been able to get to. We're gonna take kind of the long way around. See if we can get over by the Dangerfield house. Alright, coming back up on the Olivia again. This time we're over by the Dangerfield house. And you can see that we do have some open flames still happening here. Looks like they've got a water cannon pointed directly at it. looks like the fireman that's on this ladder here on the southeast corner of the building is coming down off of the ladder right now. The northeast corner of the building just flamed up real good again. Oh, big fiery chunk fell off the front just now. Boy, that's rough to see. All right, our fireman is down from the ladder. Big flame on that northeast corner of the building right now. Fireman headed up the ladder. Good idea to not keep anyone up there for too long. Got some flaming chunks falling off the front of the building right now. The smoke coming off of a building like the Olivia is a lot different than the smoke that would come off of a house fire because there's no plastic in the building. So the smoke doesn't have that house fire smell to it, and that's probably even more dangerous than if it did. I'm currently standing at a place that the smoke is moving entirely away from my position and off to the north. know. He's probably around here somewhere. I bet that Shannon's here somewhere. More flaming debris falling out of the 5th floor. That northeast corner that seems to be really causing the problem right now, though. Yeah, that's a really good question, Shauna, and I'm sure that the fire marshal will be trying to figure that out. You know, the reality is that this building has been easy for someone to get into if they really wanted to get into it for some time. And almost all of the valuable internal pieces have been stripped out of it already. So, you know, every once in a while the light will shine just right, and you can see clear through the 5th floor to the open sky. So it looks like the entire roof structure almost entirely is gone. There was no power on in the building. It hasn't been on. There hasn't even been wires in the building in 6 or 7 years now. So it definitely couldn't have been some kind of electrical fire. You know, no telling what it could have been. But it is cold, and it's known that homeless people stay in this building from time to time. It's entirely possible that someone could have been trying to stay warm because they really didn't have anywhere else to go. You know, really, it's too early to really speculate what could be the causes. Oh, they're moving this ladder down It looks like they're going to blast it straight in these front windows there. And they just got that 1,000-gallon-a-minute spray shooting right in that open window. And despite all that water going in, you can just see the fire going up through the burnt out roof. So, man. That area of the building's been on fire for so long, you just kind of have to wonder what could even still be burning. I would assume it's the hardwood floors, and you know, most of the building is wood, so kind of makes sense. What's up, sir?
You didn't get to take me in it.
Huh?
You didn't get to take me in it.
I know, yet.
Wait, no, what are you doing?
Well, so, you know, there is a concrete barrier between each floor that has a 4-hour fire rating. So almost all of the flame has stayed just to the 5th floor. So the lower levels, they may still have some smoke damage and obviously lots of water damage, but maybe not so much direct flame. We may see that the 5th floor and roof just burned off and is not too terribly hard to replace. So
I gotta work at 6. If you get it 4 hours, let me know.
yeah. See you later. Hey, you rock. Now this window right here, this front corner that you can see currently on fire, that area used to be the restaurant. So that was a big open space, and anything that you see burning up there is either trim work for the building or big pieces of the roof that have come down and are burning on the 5th floor. So you know, just the little glimpses I've been able to catch, I feel like there really isn't much of a roof left on this building, and they're pretty much just shooting from the top, trying to put out whatever flames they possibly can. Big flaming chunks falling off this building. That's probably the thing that's got me the most concerned about fire risk for the lower floors, is if you know, some flaming chunky falls off the building and catches one of the lower balconies or something else on fire. just saw another big roof joist in the northeast corner of the building fall. We don't really know what area of the 5th floor the fire started in yet, and we don't really know how the fire started. We don't really have a lot of details about it. Right now it's impossible for anyone to really see much other than for the few firefighters that are up in the buckets right now. So they're really the only ones that have had any kind of eyes on what the upper level of the building looks like. It's really just too early to know. As far as insurance, we will certainly be following that to find out if the building was insured. If it was, then that may provide some of the funding that it needs to help salvage the building for the future. Remember earlier, I reminded you guys that this building was built as Bindalari's ultimate testament to Joplin's strength. And he put everything he could into this building to make sure that it would stand the test of time. Even despite all of this fire, I have high hopes that this building may still survive this terrible, terrible situation. They're moving this closest ladder to put out that. Oh, they just broke out a 4th floor window. They're blasting into the 4th floor now. Oh, I guess that was just a little bit into the 4th floor. They're now shooting directly into that 5th floor window that's been burning for a while. Alright guys, so it looks like they've pretty well got the open flames under control. We're gonna sit and watch this for another minute or two, and then I'm gonna get some sleep because I gotta be up early. They're just blasting that giant water cannon right into the ballroom 5th floor apartment. The bricks on the outside of this building are probably the cleanest they've been in a long time, though. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video with a big thank you to the Joplin Fire Department. These guys were here quick. They've been working hard. They're going to be here for another day. So I would say just entirely avoid 4th Street. Just steer clear of the area. Let them do what they need to do to make sure that this building is entirely out. I'll make sure to share all of the media coverage that I can find from this building to my page and to the Joplin events page just as soon as more info comes out. Alright, well thanks for watching. I feel like I'm still hopeful that this building may still have a future because seems to have all been contained to the 5th floor. So, fingers crossed. Alright, good job, Joplin Fire Department. Good night, Joplin.